Hello, back with another tarot review. The last two decks were basically franchises for video games, so it's good to kind of go back to what most tarot decks are not franchise related. So we're going back into like standard but cool tarot territory with the Rose Oracle, which is by Rebecca Campbell. Is the author of the deck, but the artist or artwork is by Katie-Louise, I think is her name. And these two, I'm pretty sure, have worked on at least two other decks that I have. They always have this sort of ethereal, I'll give you a closer view, ethereal kind of ghostly, pretty, heavenly, I don't know how to describe it. Ethereal's the best, honestly. That look in their art. Lots of pastel shades of colors and dreamy stuff. So yeah, dreamy is a good word for it too. So try to give you kind of a close-up of the back, but I know I take too long on my intro, so I'm gonna rush through this and we'll get right into looking at them. I actually already filmed this video, but dogs were barking outside in all the background, so I just trashed it, starting over. So the cards will not be in order this time, but that's okay. That it's an oracle. They don't really have the tarot standard order or theme, so we don't have to have them in order. So let's just take a look at them. Alright, here we are taking a look at the deck. You can see the box has some gold ink for the logo, the Rose Oracle. The back has a little bit of gold too, not much. You can see it there. I'm trying to get the light to hit it. But you can see some of the cards on the back. You can see the price is $26.99 US. So it's not a terrible price for what you get. You get a nice box. And the book, you'll see, is also quite nice, quite thick. So remember, I mentioned before, I think, I had already filmed this video, so the cards are mixed up. I had to cancel or trash the old video because there were dogs barking, and it was really ruining the tone. So we're starting over. But here you can see there's the cards there. You get this nice thick book, which we will look at, but I'm going to do that at the end. I've been looking at them at the beginning of videos, and I think people don't like that. They want to see the cards right away. So the only other thing you get is a special card separate from these. I mean, it was packed with them, but it's meant to be separate from the deck. It's called the Rose Oracle Attunement. This side just tells you what it is. It's kind of like a prayer, so you can make this sort of like a ritual you do. And then this is the actual words that you are supposed to say. So this card is sort of set aside because it's for that. It's not part of the deck. So let's look at the deck. Remember, they're not in the order they came packed in because I had to redo this, but they aren't based on normal tarot, so it won't hurt anything to be out of order really. So let's go. Morning Dew. Clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook. You'll see right away that all the cards have this dreamlike quality. They're very pretty, lots of pastel colors, sort of a galaxy feel on some of them. So I'll try to lay some out at the end too, but I'm going to give you a good close-up of each one. And I'll read the text. So this one's called The Sacred Waters, Nourishment, Replenishment, Health, Rest, and Self-Care. You can see sort of an elder woman, and then there's a figure, another girl in the water there. Codes of the Seeds. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step. I like this earthy one. It's sort of like she's literally buried in the ground like a seed waiting to bloom. Lots of colors in the middle. Plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, grounded action. So you can see there's some light, there's a light beam here, but you can see in the dark they have a lot of texture already, and then in the light you can really see a lot of other stuff popping. I may have to show them kind of to the side like this because of the way the lighting is here. I don't have a good light in front of me to use, but anyways, looks cool. I love the peach tones where she is, and then these sort of greener foliage tones in the bottom. Really cool. The Thorn. Protection, boundaries, clear communication. I love this one. I like the jewelry or adornments that are on her. She almost looks Egyptian, maybe like Persian or something. I'm not sure, but I also like that there's a mirrored girl behind her, just kind of ghostly. I like how everything's layered, because if you're doing intuitive readings, your mind can see different things each time you read a card. So I like that. The Wastelands. Sustainability, slow down, tend to your garden. Very pretty. I like how her dress is a rose, or her tutu or skirt or whatever that is. The Second Bloom, a second chance. It's never too late. New possibilities. Really pretty pinks on that one. So you can see the theme's very positive, uplifting. It's a good, refreshing, positive deck after doing that spooky, evil Diablo deck. The last video I did was Diablo. Okay, the child within, inner mother, innocence, gentleness, tenderness. I see sort of a galaxy or nebula cloud, or it could be rose petals. That's why I like this. You can kind of read it however you feel. But there's a woman in the middle there. Also, it looks like she's holding a baby. Yeah, she is. I didn't even notice the baby at first. The Great Mother, surrender to the mystery, fall into her arms. That's really pretty. Her headdress is really pretty. The Crowning, initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. I like this deck, and I think her other decks are they aren't afraid to show some nudity, so they treat the body as beautiful and sacred rather than like something to be ashamed of. So I like that. This one's got birth themes, so even though they covered her, vagina with a rose, they do show a baby, and there's lots of implied, sexual energy and birth energy kind of go hand in hand. So I like how they mix the two here. Fertile Void, or The Fertile Void. Inner winter, rest, patience, potency, secret beginnings. This one's got a cool, deep, definitely has a void feel, but I like how you can see bright pots of color too. The Bloom. Creations realized, right time, harvest, celebrate. This one's very light, very pastel shades, very pretty. The Mystic Rose, compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. The way they drew the lines around her gives me Catholic painting vibes, or Mother Mary or Lady Guadalupe kind of feel. I love the colors, even the teal green or this pale grayish green around her looks pretty. The Rose Thread, inner call, soul led, the mystic, living courageously. I like the tones in that one too. Teal with like peach or pink, it always looks good to me. Release the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding, all change. That one's real pretty. Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning, and teaching. So it's sort of a mystery card. She's making a triangle shape too, I just noticed. I like the way this one looks though in general. The Grandmothers, remember your roots, perspective, trust the weavings. So there's all these elders and there's a galaxy in the middle. It's real pretty. Let me get that. Some of these, I noticed there's some light to the side, so I'll try to kind of get different angles, because it does bring out different images when you have different angles. I'll try to remember to do that. You can see most of it, but okay. The Sacred Union, beloved within, inner and outer relationships. It's a very pretty card. The Return, a new story, you decide, alignment, it's all coming together. It's got very pretty rose. Healing the motherline. Healing ancestral work, motherline, growing up. Sort of got like a healing family bloodline issues. Some people call it a, what do you call it, a familial curse. When your family has issues that seem to run on. Somebody's got to heal them, and I guess it's going to be me. The reunion. Soul recognition, collaboration, partnership, friendship. That one's really pretty too. The artist is really good that the deck author uses for most of her decks. That she always makes good art. Whispers of Mother Earth. Creativity, ideas, inspiration, artist, writer, channel. So I like the reds in this one. It's a card about being creative, basically. Come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance desires. It's a really pretty card. I see hummingbirds and a bee. It's an abundance card. I like that one. Trust the seasons, embracing change, cycles of life, transition, and growth. It's got a nice green tone around the middle, and the roses too really pop on that green. And I like this multiplied. It's like multiple her in different timelines or something. I love that look. The Rose Garden. Innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. It's got kind of a water and rose garden theme. Really pretty. Brothers of the Rose. Sacred masculine. Honor, protection, support. They show the male figures, but also her. It looks like she's pregnant. I can't quite tell, but I think she has belly, so she's like pregnant. And they're just showing that they're supporting her, or the guy is supporting her, I guess. Sort of like a divine masculine theme. We are nature, becoming grounded, embodiment, living in connection. I see roots or branches. There's a girl in the center bottom area, and there's her. It's cool. The Bud. Potential, promise, it's about to happen, keep going. That's a cool theme. Oh, you can see there's a girl there and there. I like the color. Rapture, sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, pleasure. That's what I was saying earlier. I love when decks aren't afraid to show the beauty of sexuality instead of making it either unspoken about, or they just go the fully lewd route. There's a perfect like inner middle ground that shows all of it and focuses on the beauty of it instead of something else. The Rose of Venus. Alignment, flow, right relationship, harmony. It's got a shell there, a seashell, rose, and some other imagery. See if I can get the light over here. Pretty interesting. Lots of very faint images here that you could kind of look at. Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. I love this galaxy and rose image, because as you tilt it, you can see different details a little better. I like that. I love cards with that sort of mystery. Also, I see a girl right there. It's like she's swimming in space. Held. Sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, and community. There's an elder protecting someone curled up in a flower there. Or in her, maybe in hands. It looks like there's different hands. But I like that theme. Open. Say yes. Expand through the extremes. Trust life. That one's pretty. Healing is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. I like that. I like the meaning there. Lots of figures, like different women. There's roses and a geometric pattern. I love stuff like that. All the layers. The Holy Grail. Stop the endless searching inner quest. Sort of an inner work card. I like the bright red there. There's a deer and an eagle, it looks like. So spirit animals. The Anointed. Answer the call. Leadership, empowerment, soul gifts. That one's got lots of texture and mirrored images. There is a woman in the center there, but it's very galactic feeling, or just lots of texture. The Breathing Rose. Heart healing, emotions, connection, time eases. I like the color. The pinks in this are very vibrant in the middle, and she's really pretty. The Sun. Joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. So this one has the same vibes as the Tarot Sun card. Very bright, vibrant, lots of happiness. I like the light, the way the light is illustrated on that. Mother Rose. Returning to each other, compassion, humanity. This one has different religious symbolism, it looks like. And rose in the middle. It's very pretty. Temple of the Rose. Ancient power, expression, activation, scarlet codes. Sort of an orangish red in the middle. I like the way this one looks. The Wild Rose. Do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness, untamed. Lots of pops of pink and peach and white. It's a pretty one. Rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, sweetness of life. I like how soft she looks in the middle. And it's very light. Real pretty. Lineage of the Rose. Moved by the goddess. Here for this. Soul call, gather. That's got like figures praying and a huge pink rose in the middle, or top rather. And the final card, After the Rain. Silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, acceptance. It's got a rainbow and lots of light beams. It's really pretty. So you can kind of get the vibe from all those cards. It's a very loving deck, happy, uplifting, healing. That's the theme of most of her decks, but this rose one in particular does give me that feel. I really like it. So we'll flip through the book real quick. But here's the book. It's nice and thick. It does have some color. It looks like they used a pink ink. So it's black lettering on white paper with some pink highlights or pops of pink. So that's cool. And each card is explained. If you know tarot sets or box sets, you know this is pretty much the standard. They explain all the cards. They give you an idea of, in this case it's an oracle, so they probably explained the oracle. Okay, here's how you use the box. See how the lid allows you to put the cards in it? So these are different readings you can do using the lid. That's what I was talking about earlier. There's one where you actually lay the card horizontal on it. So you can use it in a couple different ways. It's just something fun to change things up. You know, it's kind of a gimmick, but it is interesting, and it changes up how you do layouts or spreads. So if you look here, they do have some color, you know, like I said, the pink, and they do illustrate the cards in black and white, so you can see which one you're looking for. And they just, there's no, I don't know if there's numbers on them. Nope, there isn't. I'm looking at them right now. So they aren't numbered. You just would have to look, I guess, for the name. Let's see if they have a table of contents or an index. Check the front real quick, because it would be tedious to flip through. Okay, they do have a table of contents that tells you what page each card is. So I would suggest when you're doing a reading, look up the card name here and find the page that way. Otherwise, you're going to be flipping forever trying to find it. That's sort of a downside. It's not a big deal. It takes 1 second to look it up, but, you know, kind of annoying. But overall, I think this is a beautiful deck. All her decks are beautiful. I am going to review the other two she made, so we'll get to that in the near future. But I really love the way the deck looks. The book's good quality. I think it's worth the price you pay for the design quality. You can see laying them out, they have this vibe. You know, it's very textured. It's like floral, textured, pastel, kind of galactic, very beautiful. I would say this deck has even more layers and texture than the previous ones she's made, so I kind of like that. They're very surreal, and you can get a lot of different vibes looking at them. I honestly wonder what these would look like on psychedelics, because I think you would see, you know, different spiritual images would pop out to you depending on what you're trying to heal or work on. So I don't know, I may have to do some research there. Wink wink, we'll see. But I do think it's beautiful, so I would say get it. And the author, her name is Rebecca Campbell. You can look up her other decks. I am going to be reviewing them. The artwork is actually by Katie-Louise, but Rebecca Campbell's the one who puts these decks together. So together they make these decks, and there's at least 3 now that I know of, possibly more. So I'll be reviewing the others in the future. But for now, I would say check this deck out. It came out in the last year or 2, so it's still fairly new compared to the other ones. And yeah, I think I gave a rating to my others. I guess I'll start doing like a, you know, what number out of 10 kind of rating. I would give this one I'd say 9. Pretty high. I think, I mean, if it was a little cheaper, maybe that would, you know, push it up to 10, but it's very high on the graphic design. I think this is their 3rd deck, so they've really figured out how they want to do things and what their style is. So it really is, you know, it comes together so nice now. You can feel everything they learned from the first decks they made is going into this one. So I really do like it. Give it a 9 out of 10. I think you should get it. But until I review the others, or until we get to next week's deck, I will see you guys later. Remember, I'm going to do these every Tuesday. That's the plan. Tarot Tuesday just works for me. So 1 deck reviewed every week on Tuesdays. So subscribe, of course, like the video, and that way you'll know. I would also click the alert bell so that you get alerts when these come out, but it is going to be every Tuesday, assuming my computer doesn't blow up or something. But anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye bye. Hey guys, if you like the song in the video, you can check it out because it's a new music project I have called DREAMWOLF. The link to my bandcamp is in the video description. Thanks for watching.